at all, you think a little time we want the heathen. Now them end up in a big problem. You think a little time we want the heathen. Now them end up in a big problem. We wear the armor, which is a protective shield. Keep we firm upon the battlefield. And me say, who can hear man? Them must have to feel you see the temptation. I and I and go real down.
Onward, Christian soldiers, marching on to war.
When I look back at all,
Onward, Christian soldiers, marching on to war.
when I go look back, but here this week, I climb in Jacob's ladder, me say we. I climb in Jacob's ladder, me say we. I climb in Jacob's ladder, me say soldiers of the cross. I feel yourself the left, the wrong, and a deal with the right, with a wrong. Now fuss it inside it tonight with a guns, our bombs, our sword, our knife. As a soldier, you have to protect your life. So as a soldier, yes, we have to dip on patrol and keep everything under control. As a soldier, we have to dip on patrol and keep everything under control.
No battles, no stones, no bombs, no guns. There is spiritual wickedness in high places. Whoa, onward, Christian soldiers, marching on to war. Yes, onward, Christian soldiers, marching on to war. Yeah.
When I look back, but here this as a soldier, yes, we have to dip on patrol. Now keep everything under control. Now as a soldier, we have to dip on patrol. Now keep everything under control because soldier for brave, soldier for bold, like the men in the days of
3 timeless messages marking a new millennium. Potter's House 2000 Classics from Bishop T.D. Jakes.
Have you ever seen one of them little bitty hands get a big
Right, that is Christian soldiers with the song I've just forgotten the name of the song. Playing right here on Icon Radio, your #1 entertainment plug. I'm your host, Wanjira Maganjo, and I am super excited because we have just wound up. We were just from winding up breakfast, having a great conversation with Singer School who's celebrating their 50 years. And now we are into Sustainability Connect. So we're going to come back and we're going to do a short, a very long interview with my guest. So please stay tuned and please enjoy the music as we prepare to get back into Sustainability Connect.
of you on the Sabbath loose his ox or his ass from the stall and lead him away to watering? And ought not this woman, being a daughter of Abraham, whom Satan hath bound, lo, these 18 years be loosed from this bond on the
Many nights we prayed with no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a hopeful song we barely understood. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. Oh, yes, there can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, seems like the summer birds too swiftly flown away. Yet now I'm standing here, my heart's so full I can't explain. Seeking faith and speaking words I never thought I'd say. There can be miracles when you believe. When you believe. Oh, hope is frail. It's hard to get. Who knows what miracles you can achieve? When you believe, somehow you win. You will when you believe. They don't always happen when you ask. And it's easy to give in to your fear. But when you're blinded by your pain, can't see your way clear through the rain. Small but still resilient voice says hope is very near.
Entertainment Plug. I'm your host, Wanjira Maganjo. And today, no matter how chilly and cold it is, we are super excited because the studio is a bit warm. So we're not like feeling all that crazy. Hi, Myra. No, we are on air. And we are super grateful that you're joining us today on Icon Radio. And yeah. The reason why I'm excited is because I've seen Myra with a very nice package. So I'm just saying hi so that she didn't forget me. But today, our conversation is a very pertinent conversation because in May, we're expecting big things are going. Yet we have no idea what is coming. And we have been going through all these conversations about why we need to have this conversation today.
Yes.
And I'm super excited to be joined by Gathoni Methu, and she'll introduce herself. Let me give her the honors of just allowing her to experience Icon Radio. So karibu sana Gathoni.
Yes, thank
But it's
you.
been a crazy morning, eh?
It has. The rain. It comes and just confuses everyone.
I know, eh?
Yeah.
But karibu sana, maybe you can introduce yourself to our audiences and let us know who you are and what it is that you do at Pack Pro.
Okay.
And what Pack Pro is all about.
All right.
Yeah.
Good morning. Thank you for having me at Icon Radio.
Yeah.
My name is Gathoni Methu. I'm the membership lead at Pack Pro, which is not something that's a very common thing, but what that means is I oversee our membership portfolio. Now, Pack Pro is a business membership organization.
Yeah.
So what we do is we represent manufacturers, or as the law would call them, producers. So any entity that introduces a product into this country, by law, is mandated to take responsibility for the entire life cycle of that product. What that means, because you're like, life cycle, water to earth,
Yeah.
cradle to cradle, soil
Yeah.
to dust.
Yeah.
Basically, from the point of production,
Yeah.
the raw materials you're using, the designs you're using, are they sustainable? Are they environmentally friendly?
Yeah.
All the way to consumption, behavior trends, retailers,
Oh, wow.
waste pickers, waste collection companies, and then finally recycling. And what cannot be recycled? What is the end of life treatment? So that's a full circle from cradle, origin to quote unquote death or
Oh.
its final use.
Yeah.
And so PACPRO represents manufacturers in the packaging sector. That is paper companies, plastics, all kinds of plastics. Your hard plastics, your flexible plastics. So if you think your bread bags, that's what I'm thinking of, flexible plastics. If you think
the
of your
biscuits.
well, actually, I'll even call that one a different name.
Oh,
if you
okay.
think of hard plastics, you're thinking your drinking chocolate, your margarine. If you think of PET, that's your water bottles, your toast detergent, the biscuits and the crackles and the snacks. We'll call those laminates. Those are
laminates.
multi-layered products. So we have mono layers, and I'm getting all technical here, but it's good to know that your bread bag is a bit different from your snack bag or from your rice bag. And so part of our work is to educate the public on knowing these things.
Well, you know, by the just by the mere fact that you've just told me they're called illuminates.
Laminates.
Laminates.
Yes, they are laminated.
I think I'm getting into the weekend where we're illuminating.
Ah!
But the laminates,
Uh-huh.
and then there's also the what do you call
Just flexible
the
plastics.
flexible
Yeah.
plastics. I think that is an awareness that we really need to,
That's true.
you know, just kwa lugha ya mtaa.
Oh, it's
Yeah?
only Gani.
Yeah, it's only gani.
Okay.
So I think now when you're doing the jargons, now you can now translate the jargons
For
into
sure.
lugha ya
For
mtaa
sure.
for some
Lugha ya
of us.
mtaa, yes.
Because now every time we do an eco tour or a kiddie karaoke mall tour, we use the big words.
We do.
So
It's
we
unfortunate.
are struggling to get the small words.
Yeah.
And the very easy to comprehend words.
So what I would say is really that's a it has more than one layer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have the ones that are it's just me, and this is really, if you can group them all, they're all just flexible plastics. But it's good for you to know that some things are made of one type of plastic and others are made of two,
Multiple,
3 or 4 types of plastic, or sometimes it's plastic and a metal lining.
Oh,
So
wow.
like your biscuits, you see that shiny surface, that's a metallic substance that's been added on top.
Oh, wow.
So they have different treatment options. And when I say we educate the consumer, is that you need to know that this type of packaging is more recyclable than this one. And then, of course, there's glass packaging, your clear and colored glass, your metal packaging, your cans, your tomato paste. So all of these are my members.
Yeah.
And so I oversee that portfolio to make sure that they are compliant by law, because now there's a law that was enacted in 2024.
And that law has is the basis
It's
of
the
our
one.
discussion
It's the
today.
one. Do-do-do-dum.
When you tell people about the EPR regulations, they're like, the EP who?
Yeah, is it ERP?
I know.
Is it the one for our system in the laptop? ERP, EPR? Which one?
So I know in Kenya, the Sustainable Waste Management Act regulations were actually gazetted last year in 2024. That was in November,
No,
right?
actually 2022.
2022.
Yeah, so we have
Oh, wow.
we have 3 governing documents.
Okay.
So
So we have 3 governing documents.
Yes.
Let's start from there.
Yeah, so it starts with the Sustainable Waste Management Policy.
Okay.
So in Kenya, you always need a policy. That's like your vision board. It says this is the direction we want to take. These are the principles we want to embody. And that was in 2022. 2020. The policy.
2020.
The policy.
So this discussion started way back.
Actually, this discussion started in 2018.
I love how you keep going back.
Rewind. And let me do a quick run through.
Yeah.
So 2017,
Yeah.
when the plastic carrier bags ban happened,
Yeah.
the PET bottle, everyone said it's good.
Yeah.
We are eradicating materials that are polluting the environment. So the PET bottle was next. And the manufacturers in the PET sector, 6 of them came together and said, hold up, let's bring together the Ministry of Environment, NEMA, Kenya Association of Manufacturers, and prove to government that we can self-regulate. So this
Don't
is
we all love that
we are
word?
leading ourselves.
Yes.
And the thing is, that's how we were birthed. So PETCO is what we were formerly called, the Kenya PET Recycling Company,
Oh.
modeling extended producer responsibility as a global economic and environmental policy tool where you organize yourselves to set incentives to recover your product from the environment on your own. The government is not coming to tell you do this.
They're not
and this
gonna
and
be
this,
after you.
but they're monitoring. So we would present reports to the government every month, every quarter.
Did that work?
It did, because 3 years later we had proven a case for mandatory EPR. Because as a voluntary scheme, we were able to recover about 25,000 metric tons in just 3 years.
Mhm.
But in the country, on an annual basis, we were then doing about 36,000 metric tons.
Oh.
So the impact was good. We were
Yeah.
able to give waste pickers about
Mhm.
180 million shillings
Wow.
directly to their pockets
Mhm.
as a voluntary scheme. Kujitolea.
Yeah.
So sembuse
Wakenya ni wale wale.
sembuse tukakua watu wote,
Eh.
all producers, and that was
Yeah.
the case we built. So that in 2020,
Mhm.
then the government drafted the policy to say we actually want to promote circular economy in Kenya.
Mm.
And so these are the steps we need to take so that in 2022,
Yeah.
His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta gazetted the Sustainable Waste Management Act. So it does take some time between one thing and the other.
Yeah.
So then the act now is now a law that says it is mandatory for all producers introducing a product to perform EPR. But there are no guidelines on what to do next. Okay,
Yeah.
so I should. How
Yeah.
do I do it?
Yeah.
And that's
that,
what
I
happened.
think that is now where we are at.
That is now where we are.
We are stuck.
2024.
We know that we know it's gazetted.
Yeah, 2024
It's a law.
now is when we got the instruction saying step 1, do
Yeah.
this, step 2, do this. And this is now the basis of our conversation.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
so 2024 extended producer regulations were gazetted, and now there is clear instructions on what each kind of producer is required, who are the producers, and Kenya is bold. We are doing all products, not just
Yeah.
packaging.
Oh, wow.
So whereas PackPro represents the packaging manufacturers, if you're making furniture, the chair I'm sitting on, this equipment, electronic waste,
For the mere fact that you're either manufacturing,
importing,
importing,
distributing, converting, as long as you are the person bringing this product. When your mixers get spoiled, where do they go? Whoever made that mixer needs to provide a solution for take back, for treatment, and to make something new or to dispose of it properly.
wow.
It's a wow.
First of all, where are we? Are we
Somewhere. We're doing well.
So all these steps since 2018,
Yeah,
they've been steps towards achieving a very sustainable country.
correct.
And a lot of questions have been, how you communicate. We know it's a good thing,
It's true.
but you're not telling us why. You're just coming and stamping laws and ensuring that we comply.
Yes.
And that has been the biggest issue.
Yes.
And I love how you've been on a campaign role, just educating the masses on what it actually does mean.
Yes.
Because now we are now clear, if you're disposing our material, in as much as we are the ones who bought them,
Yeah.
we need to be really responsible as end users as well.
Yes.
So the biggest question is, how are we allowing, or how are manufacturers coming in on board on this and ensuring that even the end user either has a way to return the product or has a way of disposing the product in a way that the manufacturer can get it later? How are we doing that?
So you do that through the PRO. So that's what PackPro does. So the producers, the entities. So why we move away from manufacturers is because if you just import, you're not a manufacturer.
Yeah.
So let's call them producers.
Yeah.
So you're the entity, you're the business owner.
Yeah.
So your work is to comply and pay your fees. So what is required is that every month you would then tell your PRO, this is how much product I've put on market. I've sold it, it's gone to the shelves or it's gone to a consumer. I've paid you this much. So there's a fee and a rate per product depending on the materials that product is made of. And then now the PRO uses that money to educate the public. So whether it's putting up ads or just sensitizations like this, or holding webinars, training sessions, we put up collection points. So PackPro has bins across major malls in Nairobi and Kilifi and Mombasa.
Yeah, we'll be talking about the campaign very soon.
It's coming soon.
Yeah.
So in terms of how can a consumer plug in, it's that we tell you where are our collection points. But for us, our biggest way is that most of the material right now is recovered in dump sites. Is recovered through waste collection companies, and they'll pick the material and sort it in their yards and need to sell it. So then we use that same money to support recovery incentives so that there's an added price to that product to attract you to want to collect it and sell it.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So there's always a way out.
There is.
So you do not need to worry. You continue doing whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
Just pay Pack Pro,
Yes.
and then they'll do all the waste
Yeah,
management
we are
for
your
you guys.
compliance agency. You have a responsibility to the government.
Yeah.
We execute it on your behalf.
So how is that impact, especially for the manufacturers and the importers?
It is a costly impact,
Yeah.
but it is a necessary impact.
Mhm.
And for us, we have a lot of value that we give our members, such that if you have already incorporated recycled material in your products, then we give you a rebate on that. Yeah, because you've already used recycled material from the country. So especially if you're glass, paper manufacturers, or these hard plastics, the guys making buckets, most of that is used from recycled material, meaning you supported its purchase beforehand.
Yeah.
So then we're not going to charge you all of that. We'll only charge you for the virgin, the new material.
Yeah.
And so that allows innovation to keep being rewarded. We always say we're taxing, we just want to take. But for us, it's very important that if you improve your design, we reward you for that. So it's not just a taking, it's we collaborate to make sure you're improving. If you already have take-back schemes, we come alongside you and then we work together so that, again, your costs are, we are working alongside your own sustainability journey. Now, for a company that does not have any plans yet, then we are giving you the direction and you just need to follow in. So many of our companies, it was costly at first, but they've adjusted and they've seen the impact. They've seen the benefit of, one, improving decent jobs for our waste pickers and our waste value chain actors, because anyone who we train or who we brand as an agent of Pack Pro receives PPE.
Oh, wow.
Receives training on best practices for how to sort material, how to store, receives access to recyclers. So, we have a lot of brokers.
Yeah.
So you may not...
I mean, so many groups are like, oh my God.
Yeah, brokers are good and bad.
Yeah.
But mostly it's that I'll come to you and tell you I'm buying this product at 7 bob and no better. That product would be trading at 15 bob per kilogram. And so for us, all our agents get direct access to the recyclers as a value proposition that we have guaranteed you are being able to sell. But the biggest thing for the country is that we need data. When we say this is how many waste pickers we have, how many waste value chain actors, where is the actual data? We always say Africa does not have data, does not have data.
Okay, that has been the big, oh my God, like data has always been the conversation that we're always talking about. Like,
is it really true that this is the case? Is this how much volume of waste we're generating? So that's one of the biggest things for us, that we have a tracking system to monitor how much volume is being removed and recovered from the environment against our members' data. So I know my members' volume. So collectively as a company, we have this much volume my members are putting out into the country. And then we set targets and say we're recovering 70% or we're recovering 60%, and we agree as a collective scheme. And then we're able to prove to government this is how much data we've been able to record and show we've recovered this and this and this.
All right.
Yeah.
Something that is just that has always blown my mind is, when you're talking about sustainability, right now people have been talking about green jobs, and they've all been tied to one, waste collectors and all the dirty kind of works, and a lot of people don't want to do that. And right now we're talking about data collection, we're talking about the whole aspect of green jobs being a broader spectrum of it. So we'll be talking about that in a bit short while, but I know for manufacturers and for a lot of producers, all these regulations, they're quite a number. They're quite hefty, for lack of a better word. Sister, which are the most important that they should be aware of? Okay. Or you can list them from the greatest to the least. Is there a way that you're able to tell our audiences these are the most important as of now?
Yes.
And then these are the least, but these are the most that you need to really work on.
Okay. So I'll start with the most recent, going backwards to as far as we can. And so the EPR regulations have two fees that you're paying. They're not necessarily taxes. So There's the first one, which is the EPR fee, which you pay to your own organization like Pack Pro. So you pay that monthly, and it's based off volume. It's not a flat-off fee. It's that for whatever material you put out, you pay against that. So if I put 100 kilos, I'll pay times 100 times X. If I put 1,000 tons, 1,000 times X. So it's really commensurate to your capacity.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that we think that's a very fair approach because it's not all of you are paying 100,000.
Yeah.
Now, there is another one.
I love that equity. Like,
Yes,
you know.
it's the really equitable. Like this is your kiwango,
I know,
you pay according, and it works that way.
Yeah.
But then there's the import fee, and this one is a hard one, and it is set this way that for every importer, according to the first schedule in the law, so the first schedule lists the different types of categories. So you have packaging, hazardous packaging, non-hazardous packaging, electronic equipment, automobiles, laptops, non-packaging items, diapers, mattresses, sanitary towels, artificial hair, leather,
You know,
the
'cause
whole
I
shebang.
saw was it Eric Guantai? He was
Yeah.
like, there was an article about hair. You know, I
Yes.
had, in my million ways of talking about sustainability, I had not thought of incorporating
Hair.
hair.
I mean, you walk around with plastic on your
I know.
hair, ladies. But it's good plastic in that
You know,
regard.
actually, it's the recyclability of it.
Of the artificial hair.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's the whole point, that you would provide ways to make sure that once I'm done with my braids and extensions, they go to a treatable option. And the options can be found or made or innovated, but they're there. And so the import
Do you know the
fee-
amount of business that I've just, like, I'm just there collecting in New LA?
Yeah, and the
business.
thing is, and so in as much as I mean, I'm going to get to the import fee, but you talked
Yeah.
about waste management being a dirty job.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Innovation for us is that we can set up collection points at source. So if you go to Kenyatta Market, it doesn't have to go down that trench. There can be collection points for all the hair that is used. You either bring it back when you go back to braid your
Is there
hair.
somebody who's doing that in the country?
Coming soon.
Nimebook.
Umebook.
Nimebook.
Yeah, and so for us, we want to educate so that you can see
Yeah.
if I can tap it at source, then it doesn't have to be dirty
Mm.
because it's clean. I take out my hair in the house. If you give me a bin, or if I come to Kenyatta Market, you tell me come back, I'll give you a discount. So it's
Yeah.
setting up that infrastructure that can be challenging but not impossible.
Wow.
So I was talking about the import fee.
Yes. I'm so sorry.
No, it's
when you think about
okay.
business, it just derails
Yeah,
you.
we want. There's a lot of opportunity.
Yeah.
But the thing that's going to hit us in a challenging manner is the import fee. And so for every product that you bring to the ports of Kenya, so whether you're
Before you encounter KRA.
it's just around
It's
KRA.
just
It's
within,
just there. So, and I want to classify for us how broad this is, because any shop you go to in Eastlands, in Isili, all the go downs, all the warehouses, all the logistic and freight companies that are importing material, you go to a shop in Tao, Biashara Street,
Yeah.
all of that is imported material. So for every item that you import, you will be charged 150 shillings per item.
Wait. If you
Now-
just import something small,
I've read
is it
for
a
you.
flat rate?
I've read for you the way it is written. So
Wait, it should be the same thing.
I'm going on. I'm going to expound some more. But that is what the regulations have been drafted and have been written, that if you import any product, a finished product, it is written 150 shillings per item. Whether you're importing paper, plastic, a packed good, per standard item, per standard packaging item. So that means if I import a container full of carton boxes and inside there are those things, so let's say one 20-foot container has 20,000 boxes of small things, then those 20,000 boxes you'll multiply by 150, in addition to all the other taxes you pay.
Do you know the number of questions I have in my head?
So in addition to that, but there is good news, because Pack Pro is in the business of collaborating with our business organizations. And so what we have been able to do is come together with the Chamber of Commerce, KEPSA, that is the Kenya Private Sector Alliance, the Kenya Association of Manufacturers, the Importers and Shippers and KIFWA, the Freight and Warehousing Association,
Yeah.
the Association of Kenyan Suppliers,
Oh, wow.
all our business entities
Yeah.
that we usually trade through, and have formed a working technical group alongside NEMA, the National Environment Management Authority, Kenya Investment, the investment arm of the government,
Yeah.
so that we can then provide a framework of what is that per item that is sustainable for business owners. As it stands, it was too broad. And so NEMA is working to publish the guidelines that will then break down what per item means, who gets exemptions, but we are working on that. So we are in the business of making sure this is delivered in a safe landing for our manufacturers, our business
Is that
owners.
going to happen before May?
Yes, that is our
The soft landing,
yes.
because I will be number one questioning what are we talking about when you see per item.
Yes, that has been a challenge and interpreting that, and a very expensive one if it is interpreted as just per item. And so the Office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary has supported this, and so we're presenting that paper.
Okay.
Yeah, so stay tuned for
I will be there.
stay
Because
tuned
I'm
for
already
that.
worried for the business community per
Yeah.
item. All factors considered, sometimes the cost of the item is going to be less than 150.
True.
So, I mean, you guys had better negotiate well.
No, we're negotiating well. We're negotiating well.
All right, so those are the two fees.
Yes, those are the two fees under EPR. But what is required for every producer, and I would say business owner who has a product they put on the shelves, is that you are required to register with NEMA.
Yeah.
Okay?
Like, that is not a by the way.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
that
you
is a-
must
that is a
register.
must, yeah.
You must register with NEMA, and that charge is 5,000 shillings for your registration. But in that registration, you need to declare all your products that you put into the Kenyan market.
Yeah.
So you would list down, estimate the weights. So PACPRO then helps its members to help you understand. Usually most people just know I sold 10,000 pieces.
Yeah.
I don't know what that weight is,
Yeah.
but we have a tool that helps you be able to calculate if I sold 10,000 pieces, then this is what it weighs. So then you put that alongside your KEBS certification for each product, because each product you put usually has a KEBS certification number. So that's what you present to NEMA, as well as now your certificate that you belong to a PRO.
You know, this compliance is
I take you slowly.
yeah, it's gonna be it's a lot, eh?
Yeah.
But I love how step by step you guys are. You know, like step one is register. Just be part of a PRO, and PACPRO is one of them. And I love how you're very supportive for your business, for your BMOs, for your membership organizations, your members, yeah.
Yes.
Because it's a lot of work. Because now that means you either have a sustainability department that handles that, or you hire a PR company to do sustainability. Like, it's a lot.
It is.
It can really take you away from your mandate,
business,
your
yes.
core business.
Yes.
So, how you as I know as PACPRO you're doing all this because, like we said, there are all this. Those are the two most important, the two compliance fees. Are there any others?
Yes. And they've been there. They're not new in that regard, but it's
But
important.
why do they say I'm new?
It's because of how people have either overlooked them or not been too keen on
Have the
them.
business has been complying with them?
Yes.
Oh, so the businesses know.
Yes, they know.
Okay.
It's just something that has come up that is important for us to emphasize.
Okay.
So in the waste management regulations, for example, every industry that has a factory and is generating its own waste is required to dispose of that material to a licensed waste provider. And that provider is supposed to give them a tracking document and make sure it's gone for proper disposal. However, in the last year, the county government of Nairobi has noted that a lot of these licensed waste service providers are actually going to dump your ex-factory waste in illegal dump sites.
Yeah. Out of Nairobi.
Out of Nairobi or even in Nairobi.
Yeah.
And so it's very important to bring this to awareness for our producers, our manufacturers, that they must be able to have a tracking document, which was in the law.
Yeah.
But it's just that you know you've gotten someone with an EMA certificate, so they are credible.
Yeah.
But beyond that, they need to give you a tracking document
Yeah.
so that whatever ex-factory waste goes out for disposal, you're guaranteed it has gone to the proper place. Otherwise, you will be liable as a producer for dumping illegally. And that is really, really challenging.
Yeah.
And so how we support that is because we strengthen weak value chains. Not everything has a strong market for recycling.
Yeah.
So what we did with the PET sector, it wasn't as strong in 2018.
Yeah.
Now it's booming.
It's a wave.
It's booming. If
Yeah.
you're trading in PET, you're secure.
Yeah.
However, our flexible plastics, the biscuits, the sweets, the rice, the spaghetti, the green grams, that is still something that we're strengthening, and we've put in initiatives to be able to make sure that that material has a recovery plan. And so we have 4 recyclers who are able to treat that for us.
Oh, wow.
Okay. But creating that awareness, it's like kickstarting something that was dormant. You have to
like
you have to really crank that engine. And so for us, that's
Before it booms.
before that booms. And so it's taking its natural course,
Yeah.
and we're happy with it.
Yeah.
It's moving alongside well.
Yeah.
However, those are the products from the factories as well that have not yet found their way to the value chain actors that we have. So that's something that we are educating our members on to make sure they know these are our credible recyclers. So you must have a tracking document from your service provider.
Yeah.
The other one, so that's on ex-factory waste. The other one that's been there but has also been confusing is the plastic packaging clearance. Now, post 2017, the National Environment Management Authority set up a plastic clearance application because in as much as they banned plastic carrier bags, industry still said, okay, we cannot pack without these things. We don't have an alternative. And so the condition was you must show how you're recovering your plastic carrier bags. If we're going to give you this license to package your bread in plastic bags, your sugar, you must have your soaps, your shrink wrap, you must have a license. And so they started getting that license. However, because of the EPR regulations, they are now combining. Because it's still the EPR plan, still what we are doing as your PRO that is supporting how you take back your plastic carrier bags as a manufacturer. So if you're selling njugu, if you're selling biscuits on the side of the road, if you're manufacturing, you need to have that clearance certificate. And it comes alongside with you still being part of a PRO.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because the PRO is the one that's helping you recover your plastic carrier bag. So if you're making things and you're putting them in a bale, you make a bunch of snacks, you put them in a bale and you sell. You sell it to the supermarket. After it goes to the supermarket, you have no way of knowing how to recover that plastic carrier bag. It's not enough to say, recycle me.
But then you're like, nimeshawauzia. We are done.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we mean by extending the producer responsibility. So beyond marketing, beyond sales, your responsibility is extended to the point where it comes back. And so it doesn't have to come back to your factory. So most of the packaging we have says, return to me after you're done.
They all do.
Yes, so we're improving that. We're in the business of improving. So we're improving that to have that there are drop-off locations that you can take back.
That is the only solution.
Yeah.
Like if you don't have a drop-off space or a place where you can actually take me back.
Yes. Take me back. Take me
back. It
back.
beats logic.
It beats logic.
Yeah, because you'll just dump it in your dustbin and you're
it's
done.
True. But we also know that not everyone has the capacity to go back. So sometimes I buy here and I go all the way to another county. Am I going to go back to Nairobi? So for us, it's that we have a waste value chain network across the country. So we have aggregators and Pack Pro agents through our Biznataka Mtaani program that in every county, there is a buyback center that material can end up there. So that if you just dispose of it in your home in a nice dustbin, your waste service provider will come and collect. They will take it to their yards, and these are also agents of ours. They'll take them to their yards and sort them. So they have other workers in their yards, and so they've sorted those out, and then they'll sell to our agents, and that'll end up in the recycling
If somebody wants to bypass all those people and say, I want to be directly bringing to Park Pro.
So Park Pro is the agent. Yes. Because Park Pro is not one-stop shop.
yeah.
Park Pro is across all the counties. So if I am in Moranga, then I have material, then we will tell you where Park Pro is in Moranga.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So in Kiambu?
Exactly. We can't, and it's not
in
one.
Kiambu?
It's not one. It's that we have a number of agents. Kiambu is big. It can't be one place.
Yeah.
You know, Kiambu stretches from Kiambu Road all the way to
Limuru
Thika, to the other side, Limuru.
Yeah.
So you can't be coming from Limuru to Kiambu Road.
Mm.
So in Limuru, we have our agents that side. And in Kiambu Road, we have our agents.
Well,
On
you know,
Thika,
I live
we have
along
our
Kiambu Road,
agents.
so I really want to go and see.
You want to go?
Yeah.
Now, you know where GOK is?
GOK.
Yes. Prisons.
The DCI.
Not DCI, no.
Wait, Kiambu town itself.
Yes. Like
where the fire
prison
station is at.
the prison.
Yeah.
Yeah. So around
Somewhere.
there.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
And so of course, now that is just you because you know.
Yeah.
So what we then have is coming to our page, you'll be able to now map.
Okay.
To see a map and see Park Pro's blue, and you're like, Mini niko Kitengela. Okay. The nearest Park Pro agent is here.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That is
Nabado.
Just Nabado.
Yes.
We're going to take a short break.
Okay.
So that your coffee is not cold.
Thank you.
So when we come back, what we're going to be talking about is the penalties for non-compliance with the EPR regulations. And also, are there any specific waste categories or products packaging that are prioritized? In as much as we've talked about it, maybe we can add a bit, especially when it comes now to the penalties of it. Yeah? So that is what we're going to be discussing. So we're going to take a short break. Let's get into the music. And when we come back, we are still having Gathoni Methu from Park Pro educating us. You know, we always assumed we know. Now we feel like we have never known anything.
Now you know more.
Now we know more.
Yes.
Now we know more. So this is Sustainability Connect on Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug. And this is conversations about the EPR regulations, and which in May, they're going to start being rolling over. So welcome, and let's take this break.
If you were falling, then
Timbasha 2025 WRC Safari Rally imekuja na zawadi kutoka KCB. Revisha for school fees, ngata, Valentine's dinner na grand prize ya ploti vipingo. Deposit ama save kwa KCB Gold Savings Account from today to 30th April for a chance to win. Revisha na 2025 WRC Safari Rally and feel the row. Visit any KCB branch or kcbgroup.com. KCB, for people, for better. Regulated by the Central Bank of Kenya.
I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. And all my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful, and all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You will lead me through the fire, and in darkest night You were close like no other. I've known you as a father. I've known you as a friend. And I have lived in the goodness of God. Yeah. And all my life you have been faithful. Oh. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Yeah. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running, it keeps running after me. And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I'm gonna sing of the goodness of God. I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna sing. Oh, 'cause all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I'm gonna sing of the goodness of God. Oh, I'm gonna sing of the goodness of God. With every breath, over all my days.
Team Vasha 2025 WRC Safari Rally imekuja na zawadi kutoka KCB, Revisha for school fees, Ngata, Valentine's dinner na grand prize ya ploti vipingo. Deposit ama save kwa KCB Gold Savings Account from today to 30th April for a chance to win Revisha na 2025 WRC Safari Rally and feel the row. Visit any KCB branch or kcbgroup.com. KCB, for people, for better. Regulated by the Central Bank of Kenya.
on Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug. And I'm your host, Wanjira Maganjo. And today we are having a very interesting conversation. And my guest today is Gathoni Methu, who's the membership lead at Park Pro. And we are just uncovering what the EPR regulations are all about. And it's a heavy discussion. I feel like the amount of conversations that we need to have even after this, especially when you're talking about awareness and publicity and just just people getting to know what it is that is expected of us in the coming few months. And I love how even if you're a membership company, there's a campaign that you've been running, a very a very big campaign, and you're using Crazy Kena. Maybe you can tell us a bit about the campaign before we talk about the penalties.
Let's talk about some good things.
Yeah, so
good
because
things are
when we're
good.
telling you we are doing this, we had better
Yeah.
be telling you watch out for the penalties. They're coming if you don't do it. So maybe you can talk a bit about the campaign
Yeah.
and the effects of it and the output of it.
But let me ask you a question so that I know whether we have raised awareness with you. Do you know what is recyclable in your house?
Yes.
Okay. Just give me like 3 things.
Well, there's electronics.
Okay.
We do the reuse, recycle, and then there's of course the bottles
Which ones?
with the PET there.
Okay,
The
PET.
single-use plastics,
Uh-huh.
and then there's what else? Wait, and of course the papers,
Okay.
the packaging,
Okay. The
Yeah,
papers, the
yeah.
carton boxes.
the carton
Okay.
boxes, the milk boxes, the wrappers. The sweet wrappers are not all.
Yeah.
The laminates.
The multi-layered ones.
Multi-layered.
Okay.
Not all of them are recyclable. So I've done a lot of training.
You've been looking out.
I've been looking out.
Okay.
I can't be hosting you guys and I don't know my
yeah,
stuff.
like what is this? But you said something about the milk carton boxes.
Yeah.
And that's actually one of the campaigns we did last year.
Oh, okay.
We did 2. So the one you're speaking of with Crazy Kena is the Leta Carton Pakushinde campaign.
Yeah.
It was a stellar campaign, if I would say this. So your milk carton boxes, your juice boxes, your Dairy Fresh, your Pick and Peel, your Del Monte, UHT milk. So what we did is in 7 stores last year for 3 months, we piloted a program or a campaign where if you bring back your milk cartons or your juice boxes, you get points that you can redeem at a Naivas store. So we partnered with Tetra Pak and Naivas stores that if you are in any of those stores. So we had about 7 stores across Nairobi and Kiambu. So Juja City Mall, all the way to Buru, Point Mall, to Waterfront Karen, to stores in Lavington, to Capital Center. So we were generally distributed nicely across the county. You stood a chance, and we had our grand winner who got an iPhone.
He had an iPhone.
Yeah.
I've been following you guys.
You've been
I was like,
following
nani
us.
ameshinda hii award? Nani ameshinda?
Alishinda, and guys got their points,
Yeah.
and they were able to go and trade. And for us, it's to tell a consumer that this product has value. We have put the value on this product. Bring it back to us, we'll reward you. So we were able to recover 36,000 packets of milk and
Wow.
juice boxes.
Across the 7 stores.
Yes. And so this year, bigger, better. Stay tuned.
Hey, so 36,000.
Yes.
With the person who won the iPhone,
Yes.
how many did he bring?
He brought over 5,000.
That was a man on a mission.
He was on a mission. Eye on the prize.
Eh.
Yes.
So what are you planning to do this year? A piece of land?
Shamba, tujenge.
Lazima iandamane.
Stay tuned. Follow us on Park Pro.
Yeah.
We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook,
Yeah.
we're on X, we're on LinkedIn. Follow us so that you can see what prizes are coming up. And even those laminates you're speaking about,
Okay.
the crisps, the sugars,
Yeah.
the sweet wrappers. We have a Nunua Burudika Rudisha
Yeah.
campaign. Kishatosheka, kishaburudika, rudisha. It is running
I
at
love
water.
that you say it like it's about to go down.
Yes, uburudika alafu rudishe ndio tu uburudika ununue ingine.
Yeah.
So that was running at Waterfront. And usually we like to test the market and see
Yeah.
if this is something consumers would like, so that then we can scale it up with actual market intelligence. And again, we are so proud of our partnership with our members because they're usually, we like to say Pack Pros members are trendsetters. They go the journey no one has gone before.
Yeah.
And so we were able to have, again, you bring, and it could be you, it could not be you. So this one was you receive your prize instantly. So you could get a gift. You get a gift
that is
bag.
the only incentive.
Yeah.
It's the only
we
way.
understand.
Let me tell you, even next year, this year,
tuwapatie vitu nzuri nzuri, tamu tamu.
Ukileta wewe pewa tu kitu.
Yeah, so you come, you could get a gift bag of all manner of pastries, courtesy of Naivas, or you could get your tissues and rice and sugar, courtesy of Naivas. So come to a Naivas store. If you just hear a kangele, ting, 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 you could be the lucky person who's brought. So this one was an instant, you bring, you deliver.
Yeah.
The letter carton pack was you accumulate your points and you redeem them for money.
All right. You guys were very specific.
Yes.
Whether because I saw there was Brookside, were you only using Pack Pro members?
No. So what we like to do is gram you bring, it's the equivalent. So as long as it is a carton box, for a beverage carton box, we call them beverage carton boxes. As long as it is in that category of cartons, you bring it back, you receive your points. There's no ubaguzi. Yeah.
That's amazing. Because now I felt like we'd only see milk, and then so we thought that you were on a marketing campaign for them as for yourselves,
For our members
for
only.
your
No,
members,
it's for any
which is also a
beverage
good thing, because at the end of the day they are seen
They are
as
the ones
being
who are responsible. Yes,
Yeah.
I would like to say that we have very, very strong brands.
Do you feel that the effect of the campaign?
Yes, the amount of consumer engagement we've had from that, just through Crazy Cat, now we had over 500,000 people engaged.
Oh wow!
Yes, guys interested.
Yeah, because let me tell you, I didn't know you guys were running a campaign until I saw him.
Yes,
and I was
yes.
like, wait, what? These are people I know, but I didn't know they were running a campaign, and it was
Yes.
very creative.
And to date, guys are still like, but I have some more things. Can I bring to you? Where are you?
Yeah.
And so for us,
Oh, so it's over.
it's coming
it was-
back. It's coming back.
Rudy Sheni.
In a Rudy.
Yeah.
Just stay tuned. I
Yeah.
will repeat. Follow us on
Yeah.
packpro.co.
Yeah.
Our website is packpro.co.ke.
Yeah.
And at Packpro Kenya on all Instagram social media pages. So it's coming back, and we are looking to see how to expand it to a store near you.
Yeah.
So, and
Consumer awareness muhimu.
ni muhimu.
Muhimu sana.
Yes.
Because like I kept saying, businesses know
Yes.
what they're supposed to be doing. But at the end of the day, the businesses sell to us.
Yeah.
And
You're
we are the ones who we also
you're the
want to be
one.
responsible.
No, it's
We
true.
also need to know where do we drop off this kind of packaging or just for recycling.
So
we also want to
actually,
be involved and engaged. So
it's true.
if there's a way that we can support, like narudisha hii product ya
Nimeleta gunia nzima.
nimeleta mnanipea ni
Mnanipea
like
nini?
would really
Yes,
because
yes.
we've been talking about incentivizing all this as one way of ensuring that we are achieving sustainability, but we also want to have that labor moment. Like every time you do something, you remember there's something else that you can do about it. So
That's true.
when you're talking about consumer awareness, we'd be there to support your initiatives. We are very big on that because we want to talk to people in the entire language, just telling them this is because the people who, like the waste pickers, they know what they're looking for, and they're always sifting through the dustbins, they know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
But if we start segregating at home, then it also becomes, if I'm able to get 20 shillings, like for informal settlements, then I
Yeah.
can be able to buy a packet of
It's
something
true.
to feed my family that day. Then that would be, making more sense. So it becomes
Yes.
a more holistic.
It does.
Yeah.
And that's why that's how we have our Biznataka Mtani program.
Yeah.
So that in our low income
Biznataka.
areas, yes, Biznataka. Takataka iko na biz.
Yeah.
Na iko kwa mtaa.
Yeah.
So in our Kibera, Eastlands area, Kawangware, all our low income areas, we have agents so that you can directly go and sell. Just like you go to a kiosk.
Yeah.
So if you go to a kiosk here, you buy your bread. A few meters away, there's a branded Pack Pro agent.
Oh wow.
So that you see that agent, you know, in there is a shop. I can take back my
But
bag
do
of
you know,
things.
like, wondering, mbona natupa? This is
yeah.
money.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And I think even for you in the middle class, you see your house managers will come and go.
Yeah.
So it's easy for you to allow them to take some and go, because where they're going is where there'll probably be a shop.
Yeah.
In our middle income areas, we then have bins. Because then it's easier for you to just go and drop off at a bin. So at Waterfront, there's a bin. At Capital Center, there's a bin. And it's separated so that you can drop off
Wait,
your
Capital
material.
Center just here?
Just here.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can go and drop. It's just there next to Art Cafe.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's amazing. And we are looking forward to, having a more holistic awareness program for everyone.
Yes.
And for us also being involved in that campaign. CPR lakini tunajipenda.
Tutashika mkono tutembee kila mahali.
And in as much as we're talking about the APR regulations and what manufacturers and the producers need to look out for, should they not comply? Should they not even think of wanting to join Pack Pro and other PROs? What's in it for them? Because kitawaramba after me.
Kabisa. Yes. It's tricky because you could face revocation of your license.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
And because you're not compliant. So your license can be revoked because you're not meeting the guidelines.
Yeah.
The requirements are that you show that you have taken responsibility for your products being recovered by joining a collective scheme.
Wow.
It just goes, or fines up to 4 million. 2 to 4
guys
million.
are like, I'd rather pay that fine.
Exactly, which is why they said we'll then revoke your license. So
Yeah,
cheza
that
tu na
makes sense.
sheria,
Yeah.
utaona. So it's a very tricky place, and it's something that you want to comply with. Yeah.
All right. So I mean, you either get penalties, which
You either
is
get fines.
which is fines. Sorry, which are kind of lenient because
Yeah.
you're like 100,000
I'll just
peke yake
or
kidogo
4
tu.
million peke yake.
Yeah.
It's up to 4 million.
4 million peke yake.
Kuna
Kuna mtu anaweza sema
hivyo.
hivyo?
But if your license is revoked, that's a whole other
that's
story.
a whole
That's
business
a whole
by
other
itself.
story.
Wow.
If your material is frozen at the ports,
Mhm.
so you can't clear your products at the port.
And I love how you guys are just making it seamless. You're taking all the hard work from them and
That's
telling
what we're
them,
here for.
let's just help you.
Yeah.
You continue with your core business.
Yeah.
So what steps should a company take to ensure that they comply? Because one, we said there are the two penalties, the two fees. But are there other steps that can ensure they comply?
Once you join the PRO, once you join Pack Pro,
Yeah.
once you
I
join
see what
Pack
you did
Pro,
there.
once you join Pack Pro, we'll take you through all the steps. Whether it's registering with NEMA,
Yeah.
we work with you.
Yeah.
So it's not just you come, you pay us, you go away, then we leave you to struggle. Once you join Pack Pro, we help you register as a producer. We help you set up the systems for how you will also clear at the port.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So we do all your compliance. It's you come, you're housed in a community that takes care of you.
All right. So right about now, I'm going to go into a couple of questions from our audiences.
Yes.
And they are...
Quick fire.
Kuna salamu nyingi hapa. But there's one who's asking, what advice would you give to businesses that are still struggling to adapt to the EPR framework?
So these are our SMEs or small businesses.
But who I mean, when you talk about regulation, it affects everyone.
It affects me in my backyard business.
Yeah.
Me who's parking at home.
Yeah.
It affects me with a go down. It affects me with my shop on Biashara Street. All of us.
Yeah.
It affects me selling curtains in Isli. All of us.
So literally, it's affecting everyone, every business
Yeah,
person.
and so for us, it's if you don't know what to do, also please call us. We are happy to talk to you. I will share my number, and you can be able to reach out.
Please don't share your
office.
personal number.
No, it's the office number. It's as the membership lead.
Yes.
The office of the membership lead will take care of you. So
25 WRC Safari Rally imekuja na zawadi kutoka KCB. Revisha for school fees, ngata, Valentine's dinner na grand prize ya ploti vipingo. Deposit ama save kwa KCB Gold Savings Account from today to 30th April for a chance to win. Revisha na 2025 WRC Safari Rally and feel the row. Visit any KCB branch or kcbgroup.com. KCB, for people, for better. Regulated by the Central Bank of Kenya.
If you're having a bad day, that's gotta be your own problem.
That's the yell and tiny. Yo, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. And I'm so happy.
What's wrong with you? Not being happy.
Check this out. Yo, wake up in the morning with a smile on my face, with a feeling of nothing for today, that I can take no mistakes. Young's on exactly what I'm doing, where I'm going. It's like I'm walking in clouds, like I'm flowing. And if for coffee today, I'm already so awake. I'll make chapati, hot cup of tea, they call sabadi, to celebrate a new day with a new mission, which will face the day long with a bright vision. 'Cause look, I was in the studio last night, and God knows, damn, the song turned out tight. Song after song, what the can go wrong? See, Nairobi got me flowing all night and day long. So as I step out the door, I make sure I look fresh, fresher than ever, with a Capri and Stella. Starts on Monday, the smile is still on a Sunday. I keep the sunshine, I'll always find a way. I'm so happy, happy as today, I'm so happy. Today was the day I woke up with a smile, I'm so happy. Happy 'cause I made another day for me to be my happy day. Every day's a lovely day, I'm so happy, happy as today, I'm so happy. Today was the day I woke up with a smile, I'm so happy. Happy 'cause I made another day for me to be my happy day. Every day's a lovely day.
Homie, I'm happy as I can be. Bouncing off enemies like a banshee. You can't see or perceive where I stand, G. I ain't bragging, but damn, I'm the man, G. You can be anything that you want, youngin'. See me, I'm in the fame game and I love money. I love females that look good and smell lovely. Lovey-dovey and cuddly while I'm rubbing. It's a rhythm of the gangster you ain't knowing. Hold on, though it's the gangster, they love on them. Hold it and maybe never letting go, homie. I'm honest when it comes to the things I'm running. Definitely G'd up in a good way. Beautiful life from doomsday to newsday. Explain this, traveling on a Tuesday and spending money on any given Sunday. Huh?
I'm so happy, happy as today, I'm so happy. Today was the day I woke up with a smile, I'm so happy. Happy 'cause I made another day for me to be my happy day. Every day's a lovely day, I'm so happy. Happy as today, I'm so happy. Today was the day I woke up with a smile, I'm so happy. Happy 'cause I made another day for me to be my happy day. Every day's a lovely day, I'm so
Simplicity sells, man, they telling me lies. What they're telling is be broke to the minute I die. I'm a hustler, baby, that's what I'm doing out here. Feels good being capable to buy me beer. Buy you one, your crew it doesn't, ain't that nice. To afford them earrings, now ain't that life. Walking a mile in my own shoes. The upside on the flip side is my own blues.
So good, chilling at the crib, getting booze. This a type of styling out to your hair, so cool. Says the L and can tie in case you're too slow.
Are back. We apologize for that technical glitch. And Gathoni, as right before the thing happened, you were talking about how to support businesses that are struggling to adapt to the EPR framework. So maybe you can take that up again and tell us how you're supporting them. Yeah.
So first of all, we have a number of webinars and training sessions to continue educating you. So please follow us on our social media handles. That's parkpro.ke on Instagram, X, aka Twitter, LinkedIn, and our YouTube page. So even when we have our webinar, it's possible for you to see the recording so that you can take note and say this question was asked, how was it, how was it handled, what is expected of me. But our membership department also does visits. So I'll share my number at the end of this interview. This is the office number that you can then be able to reach one of our staff members who would then come and help you understand what. Sometimes our businesses are so complicated. It's not a one size fits all, but we are here to walk you through this journey.
Are you able to share? I don't know if this is allowed, but are you able to share companies that have successfully applied the EPR regulations?
Some of the companies. Okay, so we have about 100.
This is now where you hype your
this is where
your
I
members.
My people. Shout out to all those who've started this journey. Wow, we have 100 companies.
Wow.
over 100 companies, and they continue to come. And so we have our leading brands. So you have your Bidco Africa, Kappa Oil, Coca-Cola, Unilever.
Oh, wow.
You have, and it's hard for me to not say everyone because there are 100.
Yeah.
We have in the dairy companies, we have Githunguri.
Do we have like small and medium
naenda
companies?
nikienda huko tu pia
eh,
zote.
eh.
We have Githunguri, we have that's Fresher, we have Brookside, we have Aki. Now you see, the thing is, if I forget one member, atasema huko
Usijali,
nikumbuka.
ni leo tu.
We have
But I
Pasture.
love how it's cutting across board. It's not just
is.
one type of line of product. It's
No.
not just FMCG.
It's
It
not.
cuts it's
We have
cutting
cosmetic
across.
companies, we have paint companies, we have cement companies, we have our SMEs, Kina, Mikala, the chocolate bar, Nelly and Co. They make biodegradable diapers.
Oh.
So
Wait. There's a company. Those are people you will bring on here.
yes, so I think if you visit us on our website, you'll be
Yeah.
able to see all our members so that you can appreciate that it's not just for the big companies. We even have converters. Converters are the guys who are making like big carton boxes and selling. The guys who are doing Tech Pack, many people of you buy their takeaway containers,
Yeah.
Safe Pack, Expro packaging. So it cuts across our portfolio.
So do you guys have conversations with already complying and the struggling to comply?
Yes, it's important. So for those who are already complying, we continue to improve the compliance. So the regulations would have that every company has to improve their products. You must change it to be more recyclable. So if you remember the green bottle for Coca-Cola,
Yes.
the white bottle for bio milk, for biofoods,
Yeah.
those all changed.
Yeah.
Bidco removed the seal on the water bottle. So that is one of the things that's very hard for us to recycle. Ukifungua chupa yako, where do you usually put that container, that piece of plastic? It usually gets lost somewhere.
Yeah.
So in terms of guaranteeing safety, that's something we must have. But at the same time, we want to make sure we're not losing plastic into the environment.
Oh, okay.
So that's what we do for compliant members.
All right. So another question is tracking and certifying the recycling and waste management efforts.
Yes.
How do you support?
So we have contracts.
I think you had talked about it a bit earlier.
Yeah, a bit, but we usually have contracts with our waste service providers, especially the recyclers, so that we are able to audit them. So we have an external auditor. So all the money we receive, we are accountable as a public entity in that regard to our members that we've used the money well. So we audit them, we verify that they've bought these products, that they've transferred the money to the waste pickers, and then we are able to present that data to the authority, to NEMA, and say, this is how much we've recycled, this is how much we've supported for transportation. So if you don't have a transporter or a way to move your material from your yard to the recycler, ParkPro also comes alongside to support its agents. So benefits of being a ParkPro agent. It's not just for everyone, but you need to be an agent. Then we can help you with transportation.
What does it take for anyone to be an agent? What does it take for me to be an agent?
For you to join our Business Mtaani program, you need to have your licenses. So for you to store material, you must have registered with the county government as well as with NEMA. So there are certain licenses you need to pay for that you can find on our website as well. So once you do that, then now you reach out to ParkPro, you register. So we are forming a system that will be able to have you be able to trade properly.
You know, but every time you spoke about being an agent, I thought it was just you. You decide today I'm becoming an agent. You just walk into ParkPro and then they're like stamped.
Sign up. But yes, you decide you can start from scratch. You don't have to have already been existing. But so if you are already trading, it's easier, of course, because you already know the business. If you're new today, you've said nataka kufanya kazi ya business nataka, we'll still walk you through. So it's not a very cumbersome process. You just must have access to storage.
Okay.
That's the bare minimum, is you must have access to storage and that you can buy and sell.
Oh, wow.
But if you're able to just collect from your estate, you see, you've not bought.
Yeah.
So you can generate wealth from nothing. You store from your estate, you innovate, unaenda kwa neighbor, unasema letter.
Yeah.
And you keep.
Yeah.
When you're full, you sell to the nearest agent next to you.
Yeah.
So we help you connect the dots. Then you get your capital. Now you can expand.
Wow.
So you don't have to have much money. At that point, you are very small.
Eh.
So kuna ya small scale,
Unajua kuna
medium,
sisi tunakuwaga tuna my ideas.
Eh.
We have just ideas.
at
Tunataka.
whatever capacity
Yeah.
you're in, we're able to show you how to plug in.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so
That's
reach out to
amazing.
us. Mhm.
I mean, green jobs. These are it.
Ndio hizo sasa.
Ndio hizi sasa, eh?
Yes.
Usiseme hauna kakitu.
Yes.
Aya, this is the last question that I'm taking
Mhm.
because of time. In as much as we started late, we still have to do this timing thing, eh?
Mhm.
This is actually my question. Are there any upcoming initiatives or collaborations that Park Pro is working on to enhance sustainability and compliance?
I'll talk about our schools program.
Mhm.
And I know you just had a school
Yes,
here.
yes.
But we have a schools program with the scouts.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Hey, okay.
It's called Twawezesha Schools Program.
Uh-huh.
So every scout in Kenya, we have scouts in over 500 schools.
Mhm. My son
And
is also in Scouts.
He's a scout, yes. So that's something that we are coming soon as well.
Mhm.
That every school, we want to have remember Kiwi? Did you do Kiwi competition? Ulichora hiyo Kiwi?
Tulikuwa tunashainisha hizo viatu aje.
Mnashine viatu.
Eh.
So similar to that is what we want to improve our environmental education in schools and have a raffle between which school is able to recover material. So all the snacks that you send your children with to school, we want them to be able to compete
Oh, wow.
amongst each other. So we have a wonderful, wonderful guy called the Green Buddy.
Mhm.
If you follow us on our social media, you'll see him.
Oh, wow.
He's a nice
I'm
big
already
dustbin.
seeing how I should be pitching this to my schools, eh?
He's a nice big dustbin that helps you recycle.
Mhm.
And so he helps you know what material to put where.
Mhm.
And then after that, the scouts would be able to rally that up. And then each school would be selling the material for recycling. And then the school would receive awards. But even every individual that brings, you still get points and you get prizes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's
So
something
question
that's coming up
is-
for the students.
How do the schools plug in?
Again, we sign up. So right now we have a few select that have already been identified, but it's open. It's open, and it's open for all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that because it's been our the greatest desire that we have this conversation bottom up.
Yeah.
Not
We're coming to you.
Yeah,
Right
like-
where you are.
like when you start young,
Mhm.
then it becomes more of a behavioral change.
Yeah, ndio ukienda home.
Kwa sababu already
mtoto
sisi
wako
saizi
anakuuliza.
si already sahii tunafikirianga vile tunatupanga vitu nje ya dirisha.
Exactly.
If we can change that mindset from a young age, then that makes all the difference in the world.
Yes.
So I'm really looking forward towards that campaign.
Yes.
And
Look
just
out for the
seeing
green
how
buddy.
the students and the kids are going to be having fun doing that.
I
huh?
think they'll have a good time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are you incentivizing it?
Yes, see, there'll be awards. Best school,
No, like,
best student,
no, are you
there'll
giving
be
them money to push that?
prizes. Which money are you giving? See, the prize was someone paid money
I love
for
that
that
you're very
prize.
clear. Prizes.
Yes, we're not giving children money,
Eh?
but the rewards are going to be it's the same way when you did your Kiwi competition. You got a prize and you got awards,
Yeah.
you got trophies, but you got valuable prizes.
Yeah.
So it'll be commensurate to the work you've done.
I know, eh? And I know your members will be thriving in the prizes bit of it, eh?
Maybe it's you get
In the
I mean, there's so
sustainability
many
reporting
things.
bit, eh?
I can imagine even for a school to be able to go into like a big factory
Yeah.
and get to see how manufacturing happens. So these are
that
some
would
of the
be-
things we're trying to bridge the gap for us to get to know each other.
That would be amazing. That
Yes.
would be one of the greatest highlights.
Yes.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And also a recycling plant. So it's not just at the manufacturing side, but it's that you get to see, like now that the letter carton pack, can we see what is happening to this material?
Yeah.
What are we making out of these carton boxes? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So finally, as we wind up,
Yes.
how do you see EPR evolving in Kenya over the next 5 years?
Wow. I mean, it's already been about 6-7 years.
Yeah.
And now that we have mandatory EPR,
Mhm.
it's going to be a hard journey and then it's going to really settle. So 5 years from now, I see EPR in Kenya being a system, one that has created so many jobs in terms of people who are sorting.
Yeah.
That's going to be one of the biggest. So in terms of skilled labor, so there's one thing you have labor,
Yeah.
but you have skilled labor.
Yeah.
So to be able to identify materials, you would have to be an improved kind of waste picker.
Yeah.
And then access to transportation, improved infrastructure. So we are moving material from Mandera,
Yeah.
from Moyale, from Turkana. we'll have to have baling equipment, we'll have to have transporters. So that network is going to be so strong.
Yeah.
And this is just moving material. And then now improved recycling technology. So in terms of investment opportunities for Kenya to grow itself in its GDP, we do see opportunity for Kenya to, the waste sector, to contribute to the GDP of the country. I'll give you an example. When we started the PET recycling and pushed it up to where it is now, we now have investment technology, infrastructure for recycled food grade PET. What that means is we can make a bottle for drinking out of recycled bottles. Yeah. And this is private investors that have come. Not that Pack Pro is the one that has done it, but they have seen that the market in Kenya is ready. Yeah. You have a strong collection.
So Kenya, we're always ready. We're always ready.
But the work that we took to get there. So 5 years from now, not just for PET, but for other things, other materials. Yeah. So whether it's making new chairs, whether it's making refurbishing more electronics, because that's something that's happening. So stay tuned to the waste sector being a significant contributor to the country's GDP. Yeah.
And right before the break, we were just discussing about bins for events, because this particular weekend, we are going to Naivasha. Tunaenda rally.
Safari rally.
Tunaenda safari rally. And we are super excited because we've been walking through the journey with KCB on the sustainability agenda. And this is a big event for us, a Sustainability Connect, because when you guys are just having fun on the raves, we are having fun just monitoring and seeing, are people now being aware of what is happening within this, with waste segregation, with solar and other aspects of energy. We're just curious to just see what is happening on the ground and how we are. Eh? Yes. So I hope you've bought your ticket. It's free. There is no buying tickets. But we were talking about how you as Pack Pro, you have futuristic aspect of waste management for events. Yes. Maybe you can talk about it. Ama tuweke pending.
Stay tuned to seeing Pack Pro at your events.
Yes.
As the face of responsible disposal. So that when you go for any event, you are guaranteed that whatever materials you use, they are going for recycling.
So you'll be there.
Just look for us.
We'll be there.
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Yeah.
There you have it, guys. Do you feel there's something that you needed to tell my audiences and you haven't? Do you feel like there's something that you've left out?
Parting shot.
Yes.
So first of all, I think you let me know when I can give out the office number.
Oh yeah, you can do it as you finalize on this. Yeah.
So if you are a producer and you don't know about EPR, everything you've heard in this conversation, you're like, me, I'm a business owner. I import bed sheets and I don't understand how this, or I import textile. Where is this? So call us on 0794 864 864. I'll repeat that. That's 0794 864 438. Okay. So call us. Someone from the office will be able to help you understand where do you play in all this. But if you're on the other side, you are a consumer. You just want to know how to dispose of your materials. Again, reach out to us, follow us on our pages so that you can see where to drop off. Where can you drop off or where can you sell? Yeah. And lastly, if you're interested in joining the Biznataka Mtaani, you want to be an agent of change. Hey. You are the one who has said, ata mimi, biashara sitaachwa nyuma. Register with us in our Biznataka Mtaani program, and someone will help you sign up. Whether you are new, you've never done this business, but you have an idea, that is, will help you know where to sell. Okay? Now the innovation is up to you. Please be as creative as possible. The opportunities are there. If you already have a yard, you're already trading, but you want to know who are the actual recyclers, again, sign up with us as our agent so that we can, one, bring more people to you, and also make sure you're able to take your material for recycling. Yeah. Okay.
I love the chain. Eh?
Yeah.
You know, we are always told if you want to go far, you can't go alone. No. You need, and I love how you're helping individuals connect the dots. Like you can, there's an agent, there's a super agent, and then would you call them sub agents?
Sasa kuna tu agent. Sasa kwa super. kuna agent ama kuna super
Mimi
agent.
nataka kuwa super. Kwa
Unataka
super
kuwa
ni
super-
umeshadunga ngapi?
ujue tu kama uko super agent uko na do. Because if you are super agent, you have your own transportation,
Yeah.
you have your own yard, and you're able to buy from a bulk of people. So that then you're storing to take directly to the recycler. But if you're just starting or you have a kayad at home or you're in the mtaa, that's still more than welcome. And that's most of us.
Yeah. And
But anyone can become a super agent if you're committed.
if you're committed, yeah.
Mm.
I mean, it's
It's
all
business.
That is
It's
the
business.
basic principle of
Yeah,
business.
it's true.
Consistency and being
Kujitahidi.
committed.
Kujituma.
I know, eh? So my
Yes.
question, my final question would be, for all these activities that Park Pro is involved in, where is the gap, and what is the biggest challenge?
For us, the biggest challenge is that many companies don't know.
Mm.
It's what led us to pushing for mandatory EPR, because to go quickly,
Yeah.
you go alone.
Yeah.
To go far,
Yeah.
you go with everyone.
Yeah.
And so, one, the fact that there's a risk of companies being penalized because they didn't know is a big risk for us, because we care about our producers and we want them to comply.
Yeah.
So for us, the fact that very many companies still do not know that they are expected to comply with EPR is our biggest challenge in being able to support them. Yeah.
How do we handle that?
Well, we continue to do what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
We continue to do
Making
what we're doing right
noise.
now. We make all the noise. We continue to invite you to our different sessions.
Absolutely.
We have a number. We're expanding our associations, because then you're able to reach as many groups as possible, different business dynamics. So stay tuned. And at the same time, we have an open door policy. So if you just had a wisp, just call us and come and see us.
All right. There you have it, guys. It's been a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday of awareness, because, like I keep saying, Sustainability Connect is not your entertainment. It's not here at your kadunda. We are here to create awareness. We're here to bring, to be public and to be very vocal about matters of sustainability, because that gap needs to be filled. And we feel that we're on the right trajectory, just having these conversations every Wednesday from 10 to 12. And thank you so much, Gathoni.
Thank you.
You're
for
just
having
making
me.
the time to be here with us today on a rainy Wednesday morning. Do you know?
Come rain, come shine. Park Pro shall serve you to the end.
Wow, look at you going all the way.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We are the PRO of choice.
Wow. Okay, you can now stop it.
I got another one. Are you ready? Okay, I've stopped.
But thank you so much for just taking the time.
Yeah.
For just coming and helping us understand what the EPR regulations are looking like and what compliance will actually look like come May. Because maybe you can tell us why May.
So the regulations were passed out in November 2024.
Yeah.
And it says that 6 months from them. So November 4th is when the regulations were gazetted. 6 months from now will be May 5th. And so May 5th, enforcement begins. So if you're not compliant with EPR, you could face a lot of...
Join Park Pro.
Join Park Pro too. Call us.
Free PR, eh?
Yes.
Thank you so much for taking your time. Thank you
for having me.
For coming. And we have really learned a lot, because we know the campaigns, but your audience is your audience. But when you come into my audience, they now become more aware of what is happening within that particular space. And we thank you so much. Thank you, Park Pro, for enlightening us. And we know that in this particular period of campaigning, tutakuwa hapo nyuma yenyu tukiwasaidia kupiga kelele. So thank you so much, guys. It's been a beautiful Wednesday. It's now 13 minutes past the hour. And like we keep saying, KCB rally is happening this particular weekend. We're going to go and have fun. So stay tuned for all that information on all our social media pages. And we look forward to seeing you there. Up until next week, Wednesday, God bless you. See you and Godspeed.
Yes.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Chimbasha 2025 WRC Safari Rally imekuja na zawadi kutoka KCB, Revisha for school fees, Ngata, Valentine's dinner na grand prize ya ploti vipingo. Deposit ama save kwa KCB Gold Savings Account from today to 30th April for a chance to win Revisha na 2025 WRC Safari Rally and feel the row. Visit any KCB branch or kcbgroup.com. KCB, for people, for better. Regulated by the Central Bank of Kenya.